representing Galaxy Airways. Before starting the presentation, I would like to point out the areas that we will be covering by the end of this presentation. We'll be providing an overview of the company, followed by a data-driven analysis of our vision, balance, and direction, industry context, capabilities, performance, and we'll be diagnosing those performance with performance measures, decision-making for critical incident, future plans, conclusion, and we will be ending with a short session of question and answers. The first decision we had to take before starting the simulation was deciding a name for our company, and after a thorough discussion, we decided on Galaxy. As the definition of Galaxy itself suggests, it's any large and brilliant or impressive assemblage of persons or things. So Galaxy signifies like a whole potential market containing a potential customers inside it. So we wanted to enter those potential market while putting together a capable team and skills. Now, before starting the simulation, we had to put up a strategic plan, and for that we mentioned our vision and mission statement. Like any other company in an industry with 8 competitors, we wanted to be the most preferred airline company with superior qualities like extensive network. And we wanted to have control over our finances, so we decided on controlling our cost, putting lower than industry averages. As any airline company, we wanted to provide secured and quality services, also cost effective to meet customer satisfaction, and we wanted to build a good competent staff so that we could provide good services to the customers, and we highly prioritize our maintenance of services. We also prepared a balanced scorecard in the strategy plan, but I will be briefly talking about our targets based on 4 perspectives. As for financial perspective, we were focused on growth of earnings, cost minimization, and CSR. We wanted to have monetary goals as well as be able to contribute to the society by focusing on any possible good cause. And for the customer perspective, we wanted to always have high customer satisfaction, meet their expectations, and lastly, retain our customers and strengthen our brand image. As for innovation and learning perspective, we wanted our staffs to have a good working relationship so that they didn't have any dispute among themselves, and there will be a effective performance from them. As mentioned in the vision itself, we highly focused on providing reliable and good quality, as well as having a wide coverage. So as you can see in the diagram above, although we had some downturns in the middle of the session, in the last session we were able to produce all positive outcomes. As for reliable, we've always been constantly growing, which is why customers have been choosing our airlines as a reliable airline service. As you can see in the diagram itself, we've also focused on having extensive coverage. So we have tapped the most number of routes, which are 21 routes. Like any company, we've also built our strategies, and Ramtime will be talking about this.
So before starting the simulation, we positioned ourselves as a normal airline. And so our first strategy was an aggressive expansion strategy, because we wanted to take the first mover advantage. So we explored like 9 routes in the first quarter, and we acquired British Aero 31 for shorter routes and Brazilian Malaysia for longer routes. And we also decided to enter into the cargo business. Now, with the vision and mission statement, our overall strategy with reference to marketing was we provided 1 month sales while entering the new markets, and also when we increase the price of the tickets in every quarter. And whenever the demand was low, we also provided 1 month sales in the routes, and 2 month sales was provided in the routes with lower sales, and eventually we abandoned those routes. And with regard to advertisement and promotion budget, once we hired the salesperson, we increased the advertisement as well as the promotion budget, and after acquisition of new aircraft, and also while entering the new markets, and cargo budget was increased and decreased accordingly. We scheduled our aircrafts below, the lowest was, under was 660 miles and the highest was 60 miles. In one of the quarter, we even had the scheduling to 0 and we got good return on that quarter as well. And we flew single aircraft in FNR markets while 2 to 3 aircrafts in A2E markets. And we emphasized highly on the maintenance level, so the maintenance level was 3. We also reduced the employee turnover by providing bonuses and dividends to them as well. And with respect to human resource department, the quality and training budget was adjusted accordingly with 4K per aircraft, and we made it sure to provide compensation every quarter, like 3, 4, 5, 6% accordingly, depending upon the amount of ending cash available to us. And we also made sure that the pilots were provided with more higher incentives, and wages was increased every quarter. And in financial part, first initially we had 3 Beechcraft 1900, so we sold 2 of those aircrafts and hired British Aero and Brazilian Embraer, and eventually finally we bought Embraer ERJ 135 for the touristic market, for FNR market. And we also use short-term and long-term loans depending upon the financial situation, and eventually we paid both our loans at the end of the quarter. And we made it sure that we paid stock dividend to shareholders as well to keep them happy. And once all the loans were settled, we also invested in the CDs because that would give us long-term benefit. We acquired aircrafts whenever we needed them, and we also had to dispose 2 or 3 of the aircrafts in the 3rd and 4th quarter because there are a lot of operating expenses occurred, and there was losses in our financial statement. And we not only use single aircraft for a single route, but rather use 2 types of aircrafts to provide better flying experience to the customers.
This company was taken over by us. So what it generally means is that in strength, as we had taken over, they already had a present existing market, so we already had our customers. Not just that, and even the sources of finances was good, which we were provided, such as, for example, loans. And even the weaknesses, as you already know, we have been competing with our airlines, with other airlines, such as in total there were about 8 airlines. And then even the market share were less due to competition, and for the opportunities which we saw as so you can say it as untapped routes, which routes has not been provided by the other airlines. So these were opportunities, and even after expansion of the routes, the income, even the financial benefits was even good enough. And threats. In general, competition from other airlines, from other airline companies is a threat, and even the unforeseen scenarios, such as we get newsletters, some of them which are favorable and some of them which are not. And from quarter 0 to quarter 8, we have seen some drastic changes. In every sector, we have had a very good growth. In total, for example, the total aircraft from 3 to 8, from 57 to 28. Not just that, reliability, quality, salesmen, total employment, resignation has also been decreased as much as by 50%. And for performance, the stock prices has increased from 20 to $38, but we had a slight downfall as we had a massive aggressive expansion, and then it has grown. Not just that, even the earnings per share, it has risen up. The cumulative net income has also risen, and then for quality, we has always been focusing on quality. So as for quality, you can see the graph here. The graph has slowed a drastic growth. And then for quarter 3rd and 8th in the newsletters sector, we got comments such as great service, clean aircraft, more than expected, and more than expected than the price they were paying. And for the overall performance, you can have a look at the graph.
So after quarter 3, we had to decide on the critical incidents. So out of all those incidents, we have put forward 2 incidents which were very crucial to our company. One was the incident with competitive safety program. Why? Because we didn't want to, directly inform the airlines company, otherwise they would, or inform the FAA directly. So rather we provide a tip to the local investigative reporter, because we knew that providing the tip would assure us with further investigation. In this part, all 3 of our team members, we had conflicting views. So I wanted to go into the diversification business, while someone she thought that it's not a very wise decision because we are not into auto rental, we are rather into airlines. So, but however, in the end, we feel that diversification is one of the important parts of the business strategy in today's world. So, finally, to provide better customer experience, we entered into the diversification strategy. So, from the simulation, what we learned was with the financial perspective, we always calculate the load factor below 50%, but in 3 and 4 quarters we had lost it. So then we realized that it's better to calculate the load factor as low as possible. So we calculated at 45%, so that the ending cash wouldn't be sort of ending cash. And we learned from the losses that occurred from quarter 2, 3, and 4, and also in the cargo business as well. With the internal business perspective, our aggressive expansion strategy did not do really well. So because of that, we had higher operating expenses. That was resulting to our losses. So after quarter 4, we reduced the number of aircraft, and then we had a steady growth. And so we learned that the marketing and training budget, as well as other budgets, should be maintained with a balance, like to 4K or 5K per aircraft. In future, after quarter 8, we have planned to use the information from the industry reports, and especially I'll talk about the current ratio, which is greater than 3 in our industry, which indicates that there is excess amount of cash inside in the company. So long-term investment is needed. So we're going to invest more on series, and also the dividends is expected from the shareholders as well.
This whole airline simulation session has been a very informative and excellent learning experience for all of us. Aside from the learning from the simulation itself, we've also reflected on the learnings from MOIC itself. Like, for example, we learned our interpersonal roles, where I was amiable, Ramna was the driver, and Ravi was rather expressive. And then we also learned how to work in a team and then tackle changes, both in terms of individual and working in a team changes. So for providing this excellent learning opportunity, we'd like to acknowledge 3 of our people, and those are our course leader, our model leaders, Neha ma'am and Kundana, supervisors for for always being there during the airline simulation sessions. My team members and other competing teams have also contributed in our learning, and we'd lastly like to thank our audience for providing it here for us. Thank you. Now we open for any questions.